I barely made it. Hello. I'm expecting the site to crash. Okay, last year it didn't, but there's 600,000 users this year. And if you randomly clicked on this video and have no idea what's going on, I will explain. What do people say when they count countdowns? Do they just count? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and this event has ended, just like last year. This event has ended? But yeah, ArtFight 2026 was nice. My camera just stopped recording. You know what? I'm just gonna reload the page and see what happens. Well, we have the countdown. If you have no clue what's going on or what ArtFight is, it's an event where people make art for each other and it runs throughout the entirety of July. It's a lot of fun. You basically gain points through making art, and there's teams, and the team that has gathered the most points wins at the end of the month. Here in Germany it's 8 p.m. Tomorrow I'm gonna start drawing. Today was a bit stressful. Stressful? Yeah, that's actually a word. And also I expect to be attacked by a lot of people again, because last year I did not expect it and everything was a bit delayed because I didn't know how to handle it. And this year, I will say it again in this video, all the attacks that I receive from other people will get their very own video at the end of ArtFight, because then I have more time for drawing and I can appreciate your art more. That just started out of nowhere. This is also how I woke up today at 5 a.m. The temperatures are finally back to normal. For once I'm not melting in the heat. 26 attacks overnight. Please be patient with me if I cannot respond to all of them immediately. I'm only human. But now it is about time for me to attack. And my first victim is this artist right here. They attacked me a whole 3 times as of now, and I want to give something back, and I really want to draw these characters. Oh, the concepts. First character that sparked my interest was 26. Yeah, 26, because she's a robot. Okay, for a moment I thought I was having serious brain issues, but that was the text in French. The description in English is below that. 26 is a copy of a genius scientist who's trying to create life from nothing. And at some point in her career, she actually managed to do that and created 26, who's made of machinery and powered by complex magic directed by a soul. Even though she's a copy of her, she's a completely independent being. And her whole story is about finding out what it means to become human, or what it means to be human. And her best friend Hisako is helping her with that. Hisako is the child of an angel and a human. And children like that are called the magicians. And their bodies are entirely composed of magic. But he has to live hidden because he's one of the very few last magicians. He only wants to use his magic for good, and so he's showing his magic to 26 and basically teaching her his ways of life. Now, I love the concepts, I love the designs, and I want to draw them together. Yeah, this is enough. I need a table. Well, you can see the packaging material that I told you I would bring to the trash disposal in March. Anyway, this is my table, but I want more light. I want cool light. Maybe like this, because I think it looks nice. The magician is... Okay. I'm too lazy to go around the box. The magician is leaning onto the table, like this, and then... Ooh! I just noticed something. The hand is hanging above the table. I want him to kind of make magic, like demonstrate magic for 26. No, I want a more relaxed pose. No, it looks too proud. I was not relaxed. Oh, I was relaxed. That actually looks pretty nice. I want to keep it. The robot is facing the other way. Maybe she's like actively listening to him or watching him, folding her hands like this or like this. Yeah, she is supposed to look reserved. No, I'm gonna keep the first one. It's perfect. My niece definitely suffered for this. It has to turn out good. I just realized that there might be new viewers. I just took reference pictures and I'm now gonna do some really rough arrangements that I can use as a whole reference. You're gonna see what I mean. We have the robot lady here. Then the magician. I want the canvas to be wider. Also, I'm kind of picturing them outside on a wooden table. And in the background, I'm picturing nature. But I don't want it to be too boring. Oh, we need a bit more beauty. As far as I know from the lore, Hisako lives on a small island, and I imagine there to be a lot of nature. Maybe there's flowers in the background and sunshine. I need more sunshine. Clouds, how could I forget about clouds? Clouds in the sky, more clouds. It kind of looks like a green screen TV studio from the 2000s, like those children shows. I need sunshine. It looks like someone sprayed poison onto them. Sunshine. That's a lot of sunshine. It's getting better. And of course, his magic. I'm just gonna paint it like it looks on the reference. So we have a yellow star or multiple ones. And then blue swirls, pink swirls. Add a bloom effect. Oh, and maybe a blending mode would be good. Now there's something I don't like about it yet. Because the magic is supposed to be bright, but the sky in the background is also bright. Maybe the trees are way bigger. Let's not forget an important light source. Maybe the sun rays are coming from behind. Yeah, that already looks better. Let's keep it like that. I have to admit, I'm a bit rusty. Digital art is a thing that I do every now and then, and the process always changes slightly. But most of the time I start with sketching. This time I just sketched over the rough sketch and then kind of cleaned it up a bit with the erasing tool. Now I didn't add base colors, but shaded and rendered the characters in grayscale, so I could only focus on the lighting and rendering. And then I added the colors on top with a blending mode. I think I used overlay for this one. I already constructed the background a bit for orientation, and I struggled quite a lot with Hisako's face because the angle is not one of my favorite angles. I somehow managed to do it though. Then I rendered a lot again and added the magic, and I want the light to reflect off the characters a bit. Now I wasn't satisfied with the way the magic looked yet, and I didn't know how to fit it into the scene, so I just took care of something else. For example, I textured the wooden table. That was easy and relaxing. And then I focused back on everything else and did a lot of rendering again. And that's it. That's 7 hours and 7 minutes of work. Attack number 1 is done. May I present to you my next target? Because she has a character that I noticed immediately. A pink bunny with antlers. Because I myself, if you didn't know, am a proud bunny mom. They're the best animals in the entire world. I love the description. What even is that? I don't know how to pronounce her name. It's either Hermeline in German or Hermeline or anything of sorts in English. It's actually funny because the breed of one of my bunnies is a Hermeline Kaninchen. What a coincidence. This little bunny is magical. She's the companion of Valorian. Apparently Valorian is a kind of socially awkward person who is not really around other people. But of course that's not stopping him from performing magical tricks with his bunny. And by the way, he's also able to control time and stuff like that, which is definitely quite some lore. However, in my attack I want to concentrate on him and his bunny companion, bunny hybrid companion. I almost trashed my camera. I decided to make a half body painting. Yeah, it's looking pretty good with a natural light from outside. So the thing I was thinking of, upper body, and then the bunny is actually on top of his head. Like the, oh my god, the pillow is way too big. Big chunky bunny. For reference, my bunny is like this big. First of all, I want some light. I was thinking pink because the bunny is pink, but maybe that's not the best idea. Maybe green, but green can look very sick. Maybe more bluish green, because he has green eyes and it's the complementary color of pink. Amazing. But shading a pink bunny with green light, okay, this is more like it. I don't know if I want him to hold the bunny or not. Let me try to hold the bunny. Oh, that looks cute. I thought it would look bad. I don't know if smiling is a bit too out of character for him, but I'm just gonna risk it. I hope it's okay. No, that looks too hunched over. No, the first one was so cute and this pose just looks boring. What would I do if I had my bunny on my head right now? I would be very nervous because my bunny should not be on my head. He's too stupid, he would just fall off. But a magical bunny with wings? Maybe he's just holding her paw. No, he's feeding her something. I think this is the right box. No, it's not. This is the right box. He's feeding her a mushroom. Bunnies don't eat mushrooms. A berry. A magical apple slice. We have quite a selection here. Ooh, the leaning on the hand? Yes. I'm straight up gonna take it. Took me long enough. I'm guessing that Valorian is an inside person, so I'm gonna put him into a dark environment. I need to give the reference elf ears. First step. Second step. Transform the big blob into a bunny. Oh, I painted on the picture. Doesn't matter. Of course she's pink. Just gonna paint over it. And her wings. So cute. And antlers. Now the environment. I still don't know. Where do fantasy people live? In houses. I'm just gonna like add a wall framed by wooden beams. A window maybe. Now we're talking. Yes, we can do nice rim light. I think that's it. I'm gonna leave it like this. This time the perspective is a bit easier. So I quickly started off with a rough sketch that I cleaned up right away. And I'm proud to admit that I did not need a bunny reference once, because I just know how they look. Now to determine the lighting on the character, I already kind of constructed the background, and drawing something against the lighting of a window is not easy. And to not get stuck on that, I started coloring it. And then based off that color and lighting, I started rendering. And then I locked in because I added warm light. I added curtains that I first wanted to make red, but decided that greenish blue would look better. And then I created a whole environment with a table in front of him, a glass plate with apple slices, and candles in the background that kind of look like marshmallows. I kind of wanted to decorate it like those older traditional German restaurants look, because they have quite a fantasy vibe to them. From there on, I just did some final adjustments, and that was basically it. Attack number two is done. Why is it so small? It's so squished. In case you want to know, today my right armpit is in pain. But that doesn't stop me from attacking Elko once again. You know, she introduced me to ArtFight, and she just keeps coming up with these characters that I have no other choice. I have to draw them. I mean, please, just look at Ivonne. Do I have to say more? Ivonne grew up in a village near the sea, and it was constantly robbed by pirates. Since her family did not have many possessions, every time these pirates came by, she was kind of fascinated by the jewelry, and someday she wants to have all that too. So after she turned 16, she told her mother that she would leave and go to the city, but instead she went out to the sea and joined a pirate crew. And from being the lowest rank and scrubbing the deck, she slowly made her way up to one of the best gunners at the age of 24. Years pass and she becomes the captain of her very own crew. Then one day they get into a large storm, and within it there's a large sea monster that they manage to defeat. However, once the monster is defeated, it causes a huge magical explosion, which not all of them survive. But the crew members that do would never be the same, because they started growing features of the monster. And Ivonne herself grew a tail, and I decided that I want to draw her with a lot of gold. Yes, I'm using the couch once again. And this time the perspective is gonna be a frog perspective. Ow! I just have to figure out how to make it look good, because this looks a little bit ridiculous, I think. Yeah, the foreshortened perspective will look bad on the drawing. I just know it. Maybe I can lean forward. That's already better. I want to try a few more things though. There's something I still don't like about it. No, that looks like an edgy villain. My pants make it look kind of weird. What about if I lie down? Oh, I think I'm gonna pick that one. This is not an easy perspective. This is definitely a challenge. But who said it has to be easy? The most essential thing we need is the tail. I actually don't know if she can sit on it, but I'm just assuming. Just want it to go like like this. And what is also essential is, of course, her pirate hat. Earrings. Oh, I just noticed that she has non-human ears. Rings. Necklaces. What I want to change is the window. I'm gonna make it round. Or, wait a minute, the captain's quarters have different windows. Maybe I can extend it. I don't remember what ship windows actually look like in pirate ships, but isn't it kind of something like this? Let me check. I was not that far off, but it's tilted the other way, like this. And I'm gonna make the design less modern and more fantasy-like. Not too bad. And then I'm just gonna make everything look more fancy, like a red couch. Yes, this is going to be interesting. And I want to determine my light source. Yeah, that's way too bright. I don't know if I want it to be daytime. Maybe we have red light coming from outside. Or maybe then we have too much red. We'll see. This is about what I want to do. As I said, the perspective is not the easiest. I first roughly sketched the room without any perspective lines, just to kind of know where I have to place her. I have quite a lot of layers on this one. Now, for better orientation, I already added a bit of shading, the base colors, and then I decided to make the windows colorful. No idea if it's accurate, but more color is always wonderful. And then I also did colorful rim light reflecting off the character and a colorful water reflection on the ceiling, because we have to know that she's on a ship. And then came a lot of rendering and rendering and rendering. It takes forever, but it's important, because then the fun begins. I added a colorful glow over the rim light and made the light in the background warmer. Then I had to do more rendering, this time the background. I rendered the wood and the window frames, which were tedious to do. At this point I thought I was finished, but I kind of didn't like the face. She kind of looks like she's gazing into an empty void. So I tried to adjust it for half an hour maybe. I kind of struggled with the angle, but I'm glad I did it, because this is the version that I thought was finished and this is the final version. It's quite a difference. I think I didn't manage to portray her features 100% accurate, because the angle is quite an angle. But yeah, I hope it's okay. And you know, she kind of reminds me of someone. Am I the only one that sees it? Please let me know. Maybe I'm just influenced by the internet at the moment. Anyway, the third attack is done. And the first video is finished. There will be some more. We have 3 weeks to go. Continue to have a nice art fight. Week 1 was quite eventful, and see you very soon. Bye. It's getting so warm again. Good luck to everyone.